بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم نحمده ونصلي ونسلم على رسول الكريم أما بعد. So I may look very different from the last video because it's been a year or two in between, and we're going to change one issue, one thing that we've come across, and we thought, okay, we're going to add this additional information in. Initially we left it out because we thought it's not necessary. Now we're going to add it in because we thought no, it is necessary, and it will help. It'll help in understanding Tarkib and I'rab. So the other video will be there, but this is an additional improvement on the previous video. So currently, we are discussing Al-Faslu Thani fi shibh al-jumla. Okay. So the second chapter we're discussing the kalima, the jumla, and now shibh al-jumla. Okay. So this is not working. Now, the shibh al-jumla is also called a dharf. تسمى شبه الجملة ظرفا. The shibh al-jumla is also called dharf sometimes. So make a note of that because it's going to come up a little shorter very soon. Yes? What is the shibh al-jumla? There are two discussions we're going to have regarding our shibh al-jumla. So if you have a look at it here, this is our summary of the whole Wusta. We have the Wusta, we have the Muqaddimah. We're discussing the Muqaddimah of the Wusta. The other things will come up later on. Okay? The Babul Awwal of the Muqaddimah has already been complete. We're now in Babul Thani of the Muqaddimah. And in here we discuss the Jumla, Shibh al-Jumla and Kalam. Jumla has already been covered. Jumla Ismiya, Jumla Fi'liya. And here now we're discussing Shibh al-Jumla. What's the Shibh al-Jumla? We'll discuss that very shortly. And we're discussing also two aspects of the Shibh al-Jumla. بِاعْتِبَارِ هَيْئَتِهَا بِاعْتِبَارِ آمِلِهَا. According to its form. Hay'a means form. What's it made up of? And amiliha is what is governing it. What is governing it. Okay? We'll discuss each one individually, inshallah. So the first type of shibh al-jumla or discussion is to do with bi'itibari hay'atiha. So al-mabhath al-awwal, the first discussion regarding the types of shibh al-jumla relative to its hay'a, the way it has been formed. How is it made up? So based upon this, we have two types of shibh al-jumla. Okay? And the shibh al-jumla is like this. Al-jaru wal-majroor. What's it called? Al-jar and al-majroor, first type. So for example, safar al-hujjaj. So safar is our fa'il, hujjaj is our fa'il. And the i'rab safara fa'ilun madhin mabniyun al-fathi. Al-hujjaju fa'ilun marfu'un bid dhammati. And then this ila Makkah is made up of two parts, jar and majroor. So this jar and majroor is called what? A shibhul jumla. Correct? Acha. Al-qism al-thani al-dharf wal-mudhaf ilay. The second type of shibhul jumla you can get is the dharf and the mudhaf ilay. For example, يجلس المصلون حول الكعبة. So in this scenario, you have the fa'il mudhari, it's marfu'un bi dhamma. Al-musalluna is a fa'il marfu'un bil waw because of the waw musalluna. Now this hawl al-Ka'bah, this is a shibh al-jumla. It's not made up of a jar majroor, rather it is made up of a mudhaf and a mudhafun ilay. And the mudhaf is a dharf. Like the fawqa, tahta, khalfa, amama. You following? This is called a dharf mudhaf ilay shibh al-jumla. You following? So based on how it's made up, is it a jar majroor or is it a mudhaf ilay where the mudhaf is a zarf? You have two types of shibh al-jumla. Is that clear? Yes? Achha. Now the second discussion we're going to have, which is new in this edition and you need to add on, is that the second type or the second way we discuss a shibh al-jumla is bi'tibari amiliha, is according to its amil. What is a governing particle? What is the governing particle of this shibh al-jumla? Whether the shibh al-jumla is a mudhaf ilay, where the mudhaf is a dharf, or whether it's jar majroor. In both cases, what is the amil? Based on that, we'll have two types of shibh al-jumla. Now, before we go on to this, we need to understand two words. Okay? We have the word muta'alliqun and muta'allaqun. These words are commonly used in the book of Arab. Now, to the amil of the shibh al-jumla, yusamma amilu shibh al-jumla. the amil of the shibhul jumla is called, the amil of the shibhul jumla is called muta'allaq. The amil of the shibhul jumla is called what? Muta'allaq. Muta'allaq means that thing to which something is connected, that upon which something is hung. For example, jalasa fi qawlina. The word jalasa is in when we say jalasa zaydun fil masjid, in our statement, for example, the word jalasa in our statement, jalasa zaydun fil masjidi. Jalasa zaydun fil masjidi. So jalasa is the amil of the jar majroor. So what's jalasa can become? The muta'allaq. Because this is like the ma'mul and this is the amil. But again, I can make it as simple as possible, but we want to refer back to the books of Arab, Al-Quran, etc. So we need to know the terms that they will use. So this is the amil, that's a ma'mul, but we call this amil the muta'allaq. And this ma'mul is called the muta'alliq. Meaning, this is what is hung, what is connected. And this is muta'allaq, that upon which something has been hung or connected. Does that make sense? So here, the two words we have to know is muta'alliq and muta'allaq. وَتُسَمَّى شِبْهُ الْجُمْلَةِ. The shibhul jumla itself is called the muta'alliq, the thing which is being hung or connected. Nahw fil masjid. So the word fil masjid, the jar majroor of fil masjid, when we say jalas zaydun fil masjid, that is becoming what? That is called the muta'alliq. So we have to know these two words, muta'alliq and muta'allaq. Muta'allaq is what the shibhul jumla is linked to, which is the amil. But they don't call it amil, they use this additional word. So you can, it's best, you have to, if you want to use the other books, so then the word muta'alliq and muta'allaq is used commonly, so you need to gain familiarity with those words. So in here, same thing, muta'allaq and muta'alliq. Do you understand the two terms, muta'alliq and muta'allaq? Okay. Now we've done that, now we can go on to understand what is the amil, meaning what is the muta'allaq. Correct? That's another name. So in shibhul jumla, we use the muta'allaq instead of amil ma'mul. So what is the amil of the shibhul jumla, i.e. what is the muta'allaq of the muta'alliq? What is the amil of the shibhul jumla? Is that clear to everybody? Yes? Make sense? Acha. وَهِيَ قِسْمًا. So the shibhul jumla, based on what the amil is, it can have two types. Based upon the formation, it can be jar majroor or dharf mudaf ilay. And based upon the amil, it can be of two types as well. Number one is called az-zarful laghwu. Why is it called az-zarful laghwu? For now, you can, don't worry about this. It'll come in Al-Kubra in An-Nahw, inshallah. And if you're interested, you can watch the video. What is this? وَهُوَ shibhu jumlatin. So it is a shibhul jumla, and this is a nakira word followed by a sentence. So this becomes the na'at, this becomes the man'ut. So the dharful laghwa is that shibhul jumla whose muta'allaq is actually mentioned in the text. For example, طَافَ النَّاسُ بِالْبَيْتِ. So this is a jar majroor. So by i'tibari hay'atiha, this is jar majroor. And by i'tibari amilaha, this is zarfun laghwun. Why is it zarfun laghwun? Because what's the amil of this? What is the muta'allaq of this? The word? طَافَ. So we call this zarfun laghwun. Laghwun in now mean like useless, futile. It doesn't mean that here. It means here void of. And what is it void of? We'll do that in Kubra, inshallah. It doesn't mean here like useless. Yes? So zarfun laghwun. Is that clear? Understood? Acha. Al-Qism al-Thani al-Zarf al-Mustaqarru fihi. The second type of zarf bi'tibari amiliha is al-Zarf al-Mustaqarru fihi. So it's really called mustaqar fihi, and it may be a note later on. Sometimes they say mustaqar, but it's really mustaqarru fihi. So al-Zarf al-Mustaqarru fihi is the second type of zarf, meaning shibhul jumla. So again, here they're calling it zarf. What does zarf mean? Shibhul jumlatin, isn't it? It's another name for shibhul jumla. So because I can't go back and write those rules again to make it easy for you. We have to learn what the scholars have used. You're following? If you want to access their books, I can explain to you my language and you understand. But now we are second level, so now we need to become familiar with the terms that they use. So the zarf meaning the shibhul jumla. So the second type is a zarful mustaqarru fi, meaning a shibhul jumla is called a mustaqar fihi. What is this? هو شبه جملة متعلقها محذوف. The muta'allaq is mahzoof. The muta'allaq is not mentioned. So al-imam is a noun, but it's not an ismun amil. The fil masjidi is jar majrur becomes ma'mul of what? So in the beginning stages we said it becomes the what? Khabar. It is khabar. But we didn't go technicality how they became khabar. When he said it became khabar. But technically it's a bit more detail. Yes? Now if I explain to you in the Arab, then it becomes clearer. What is the ma'mul? So if you go over here, let's go to the last one first. We can go over this one again, but it's nothing too hard in here. يجلس المصلون حول الكعبة. So يجلس is فعل مضارع. Yes? What is it? مبني على I copied and pasted it wrong. What is it? فعل مضارع مرفوع بضمة. That's a mistake. It's copied and pasted and it went wrong. Yes? So فعل مضارع مرفوع بضمة. المصلون is فاعل مرفوع بالواو. Yes? And حول مفعول فيه. حول is a مفعول فيه. And منصوب بالفتحة. Is that clear? And الكعبة is مجرور بالكسرة. We should have said here is no, it's a مضاف إليه first. Missed that one here. مضاف إليه. Make a note. We can change it in the thing afterwards. Yeah, make a note. Remind me afterwards. Yes. So مضاف إليه. So we miss out that part. So الكعبة is مضاف إليه مجرور بالكسرة. Is that clear? Acha. Now in here طاف الناس بالبيت. The people circumambulated the Kaaba, meaning they did tawaf of the Kaaba. طاف فعل ماضي مبني على الفتح. Clear? Then الناس is فاعل مرفوع بالضمة. This is the fa'il, then the i'rab. Now الباء is حرف جر مبني على الكسر B, and الباء is مجرور بالكسرة. So far so good. Now how do we link this book together? This is now where is something new here. How do we link this together in Arab to the ma qablu, to the what comes before? Yes? Okay? So, there's a few ways we can say this. Number one, the first thing we say is shibhul jumlati. So after we finish this Arab, we now have to wrap it all up. This is where the main key thing is. How do you wrap it up? How do you put it all together? The first thing we say is either or. We either say shibhul jumla, meaning bil bayti, bil ka'bati. The shibhul jumla becomes something, or we say al jaru wal majrur. So we say this is a mubtada. So we say this or this. Either way we can do it. Then number two, we say the shibhul jumla is maf'ulun bihi ghayru sarihin. Or we say al jaru wal majruru maf'ulun bihi ghayru sarihin. Yes, because tafa is a fa'il. What are they circumambulating, doing tawaf of? The bayt. So the bayt is maf'ul bihi in meaning. But it's not directly maf'ulun bihi, it's maf'ulun bihi via the harfun jar. So option one is this. We either say, so in option one, we either say A or B. So we can say, shibhul jumlati maf'ulun bihi ghayru sarihin maf'ulun mahallan, mansub mahallan. Or we say, al jaru wal majruru maf'ulun bihi ghayru sarih mansub mahallan. So one of those two. And in here, we also have option A, option B, and option C. Any of these three options will work. And it's good to keep all three options in your mind. So when we see any of the ways written in any of the books, we're able to cope with them. We know it's all the same thing. So from alif, you have to choose one of them. And in ba, you have to choose one of them. So one way is saying, maf'ulun bihi ghayru sarihin maf'ulun bihi mahallan. Or you say, maf'ulun bihi biwasitati harfi jar. Instead of saying maf'ulun bihi ghayru sari, you say maf'ulun bihi. This is indirect maf'ul bihi. This means maf'ulun bihi by means of, or via the intermediary. I'm going to spell this wrong. Intermediaries, you guys figure out. Yes? The intermediary. Right click and correct it. Yes? So, this is maf'ulun bihi via the intermediary of the harfun jar. Mansub mahallan. Or you can say this. Muta'alliqun. We can say shibhul jumla or the jar majrur is muta'alliq to tafa. Now many books stop here. They say muta'alliq. We're not going to stop there. If you say muta'alliq, then it's like, how is it muta'alliq? Is it muta'alliq in the meaning of a fa'il? Is it muta'alliq in a maf'ul bihi sense? Is it muta'alliq in a maf'ul fihi sense? Is it muta'alliq in a maf'ul lahu sense? This is a bit ambiguous. So what we're going to say? We're going to add in more information. We're going to say is muta'alliqun tutafa. And most books, or almost all that I've seen, most of them, they'll stop here. But we're going to say what? We're going to add in. We want to know how is it muta'alliq. So we have clarity of the meaning. We know how to translate. You following? So you don't end up saying the people then tawaf with the house. Because it's not in the meaning of maf'ul ma'ahu. What's in the meaning of maf'ul bihi? So we can say ala ma'na al-maf'ul bihi. So this is something we're going to add in so we understand exactly how the meaning is understood. You understand? So we can say muta'alliqun bi tafa ala ma'na al-maf'ul bihi. This is muta'alliq to tafa in a maf'ul bihi meaning. Mansub mahallan. So basically, is this option? You have these three options here. So you have to pick one of these three. We'll use maf'ul bihi ghayr sari in our book, but these are other things if you become aware of, if you see anywhere else, it'll benefit you, especially when you look at Arab al-Quran, when you're doing Quran translation. Understood? There's a summary here. So you have to say one word from alif and one word from ba in Arab. You got your options. Either say shibh al-jumla or jar majroor becomes maf'ul bihi ghayr sari, maf'ul bihi biwasitati harfin jar, or muta'alliq bi tafa ala ma'na maf'ul bihi mansub mahallan. Is that clear? Acha. We haven't done the Arab of the zarf mustaqarrun fihi. I'll add that in tomorrow. We'll continue from it tomorrow, inshallah. Yes? Yes, online, you guys following? On site, everybody following? Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Nahmaduhu wa nusalli wa nusallimu ala rasulihil kareem. So now we want to discuss the Arab of a zarf al-mustaqar fihi. So yesterday we explained the Arab of this zarf laghu. Now, for example here, al-imamu fil masjid, this is a zarful mustaqarru fihi, right? Why? Because the jar majroor is amil, is not imam. Is amil is something hidden. So how do you do Arab of this? Okay? So the first thing is very easy. Al-imam mubtada'un marfu'un bil dhamma. Yes, this is the mubtada. You mentioned this grammatical function and the Arab, how the Arab manifests itself. Okay? Then we have fi. So fi is harfun jar. Explain what it is. Mabni ala sukun. Then al-masjid is majroorun bil kasrati. Is that clear to everybody? Achha. Now this is where the main part comes. So remember we mentioned before. So now we've mentioned the individual part. Now we need to bring this together. You following? So the fil masjid is a shibh al-jumla. So you can say wa shibh al-jumla. You can also say what? Wal jarru wal majroor. Yes? You can say either one of those two. So al-jar wal majroor or the shibh al-jumla. Either one of them you can say here is one way of saying is maf'ulun fihi ghayru sarih. Because fil masjid shows what? Place. It shows place. So it's maf'ulun fihi. But it's not direct, it's via the fi. So maf'ulun fihi ghayru sarih. But of what? Is the verb mentioned? Remember the zarful mustaqarrun fihi is the amil is mahdhuf. So the fa'il is mahzuf لفعل محذوف. What is that fa'il mahdhuf? تقديره. So fa'il mahdhuf. This is now fa'ilin. This is man'ut. A hidden verb, not one. And then the jumla becomes what? Not number two of this. So it becomes a maf'ul fihi ghayr sarihin of a fa'il which is hidden. Who is taqdir? Assumption. Assumption. Hidden value, any one of those will translate. It's a taqdir. Taqdir is istaqarra. And I mentioned before, istaqarra means is. To be, exist within. Are you following? So, the jar majroor or the shibh al-jumla, one option is you say is maf'un fihi ghayru sarihin. Is the verb visible? Of what was it? Maf'ul fihi of what? لفعل, with the fa'l visible. So you say fa'lin mahdhuf. But when it's mahdhuf, you need to mention mahdhuf. What is this mahdhuf? So we say taqdiruhu, the assumption, the presumption, the hidden value of this is istaqarra. Istaqarra means to be. Yes? And then the shibh al-jumla is mansub mahallan because maf'ul fihi ghayr sari slot. Another way is you can say is maf'ulun fi, but you say biwasitati harfi jarrin. So instead of saying ghayr sari, what do we say? Another option is what? As we mentioned before, that is maf'ulun fi via the harfun jar. and the rest is the same. It's مفعول فيه of the فعل المحذوف تقديره استقر منصوب محلا. Or you can say is متعلق بفعل محذوف. تقدير استقر وبس متعلق in which meaning؟ على معنى المفعول فيه. It's متعلق in a مفعول فيه meaning. Do you understand? It's متعلق in a مفعول فيه meaning. It's also going to be منصوب محلا. Is that clear? Make sense? So this is how you would do it. So you do the individual words as we done here. Al-Imamu fil masjid. And then this jar majroor whose amil is mahdhuf, you do the i'rab like this. So you say shibh al-jumla a jar majroor, and you got option 1, option 2, or option 3, different ways of expressing it. Is this clear? Yes, everybody following? Acha. And then what do you say? Remember al-imamu is what? Al-imamu is mubtada. Al-imamu is mubtada. And then so they say al-fa'l al-mahdhuf, which is istaqarra, ma'a shibh al-jumla, with the jar al-majroor or with the shibh al-jumla. What does it become? It becomes khabar. That hidden fa'il and the shibh al-jumla. The hidden fa'il and the jar al-majroor become what? It becomes the khabar, which is marfu' mahallan. It's marfu' mahallan. That whole istaqarra fil masjid becomes what? Khabar marfu' mahallan. Does that make sense? Yes? That's easy, that's a long way of saying. Or you could shorten it and say az-zarf al-mustaqar. Because when you say zarf mustaqar, when you do the analysis of what zarf mustaqar means in al-kubra, this means that there's a verb inside of it. Because zarf mustaqar or zarf mustaqar fihi, it means a zarf or a shibh al-jumla with a fa'il built in. Are you following? So when you do the i'rab of this, you can either say al-fa'l al-mahdhuf istaqarra ma shibh al-jumla. And a zarf mustaqar is a fa'l al-mahdhuf with shibh al-jumla. Are you following? So you can either do option A or option B. Are you following? So you do fil masjid, then you say the fil masjid becomes what? Maf'ul fi ghaysari. Or you can say maf'ul fihi bi wasati harf al-jar. Or you can say muta'alliqun ala ma'na al-maf'ul fihi. And then that fil masjid, you can say either al-fa'l al-mahdhuf ma'a shibh al-jumla become the khabar marfu'un mahallan. Or you can say az-zarf al-mustaqar, because zarf al-mustaqar itself means a fa'il with a shibh al-jumla. That becomes a khabar marfu'un mahallan. Are you following? So what's the options we have here? We can say al-fa'l al-mahdhuf istaqara ma shibh al-jumla, or you can say az-zarf al-mustaqar or az-zarf al-mustaqar fihi. Both options will work. Becomes a khabar marfu'un mahallan. So you have to do two of these. Is that clear how you do the i'rab of a zarf al-mustaqar? Are you following? Okay, let's stop here inshallah.